श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीराम जय जय राम। 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 जय जय राम। जय जय राम। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्राय नमः। अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। ॐ श्रीहनुमते नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनं। ॐ श्रीचिन्मयसद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे। ॐ श्री तुलसीदासाय नमः। Hari Om, a very warm welcome. Mata Anusuya ji is now advising Sita ji regarding the Pativrata Dharma. And we saw it yesterday. And today we are going to see the 4 types of Pativrata Stri. The Chaupai starts from Jagapativrata Chari. However, we will read the whole Chaupai completely and then start thinking from there. Anusuya ke padagahi Sita मिली बहोरी सुशील बिनीता ऋषिपत्नी मन सुखधिकाई, आशीष देई निकट बैठाई, दिव्यवसन भूषण पहिराए, जेनित नूतन अमल सुहाए, कह ऋषि बधू सरस मृदु बानी, नारी धर्म कछु ब्याज बखानी, मातु पिता भ्राता हितकारी, मित प्रद शुभ सुनु राजकुमारी, अमित दानि भर्ता भय देहि, अधम सुनारी जो सेवन तेहि, धीरज धर्म मित्र अरुणारी, आपद काल परिखियहि चारी, वृद्ध रोग बस जड़ धनहीना, अंध बधिर क्रोधी अति दीना, ऐसे हूँ पति कर किए अपमाना, नारी पाव जम पुर दुख नाना, एक ही धर्म एक व्रत नेमा, काय बचन मन पति पद प्रेमा. Every stree who is married, ekai dharma, there is only one dharma. Eka vrata nema, there is only one vrata, there is only niyama. What is that? Kaya, vachana, mana, pati pada prema. Through thought, word and deed, to have love and devotion to the feet of the husband is the only niyama. Later we will see, Tulsi will say, there is no other puja required for women. We will see. Now today's portion we will see the 4 types of pativrata stri. Jagapati brata chari vidhi ahahi, Veda Purana Santa Sabakahi, Uttama Keyas Bas Man Mahi, Sapane Huan Purusha Jaganahi, Madhyama Parapati Dekhai Kaise, Bhrata Pita Putra Nija Jaise, धर्म विचारी समुझी कुल रहई, सोनिकेष्ट त्रिय श्रुति अस कहई, बिनु अवसर भयते रह जोई, जाने हूँ अधम नारी जग सोई, पति वंचक पर पतिरति करई, रौरव नरक कल्प सत परई, छन सुख लागी जन्म सत कोटि, दुख न समुझते ही सम को खोटी, बिनु श्रम नारी परम गति लहई, पतिव्रत धर्म चाड़ी छल गहई, पति प्रतिकूल जन्म जह जाई, विधवा होई पाई तरुणाई. We will see till here and then take the sorta after this. Mata Anasuya continues. Jagapati brata chari vidhiyai, Veda Purana Santa Sabakahi. He Site, Veda Purana Santa Sabakahi. Vedas, Puranas and all saints, all of them say Jagapativrata Chari Vidhiyahai. In this world, there are 4 types of Pativrata Stri. When we say Pativrata Stri, it means faithful wives. Alright. Then the question comes, Swamiji, when you say already faithful wives, where the question of 4 types, we will see. के असबस मन माही सपने हुआन पुरुष जगनाही. We have seen earlier also Uttama Adhikari, Uttama Brahmachari ityadi we have seen earlier also. Similarly here, Uttama ke asabasa manamahi, according to the Shastras, the best type of woman is one who has got a conviction in her heart of hearts, sapnehu, even in the wildest dreams, ana purusha jaganahi, she has no place for any other purusha. In the world, she may transact with men, but according to her, there is only one man in the world. Who? Her husband. The rest are all women only. Like how we see with, the Siddhanta which is seen in Bhagavatam. There is only one man, Krishna. Rest are all Gopikas. There is a very interesting story about it. Mirabai, a great devotee of Sri Krishna. According to her, Krishna alone is a man, rest are all women. And at an occasion, she goes to the Guru. I think it is Goswami. That name is not mentioned. Goswamiji only she goes. And then it is said, it need not be the same Goswami Tulsidas, it can be somebody else also. But the name or the person actually is not mentioned. Guru Gosai, it is mentioned. She goes to the Guru and the Guru refuses to see her. Why? The Guru says he will not see any woman. The note comes from the Sevak comes and says, Guru will not see any woman. So she returns the note on the other side and says, oh, is there another man also in this world? Meaning what? There is only one man, Bhagavan Shri Krishna. And that actually makes the Guru, set with lot of thoughts, introspection, and finally it seems he comes and falls at her feet and apologizes for such a behavior. That is one story. According to the Shastra, Mirabai considers Krishna alone as the man and rest are all women, rest are all Gopikas only. This is the condition of a Pativrata Stri of the Uttama Pativrata Stri. For her, there is no man other than her husband. Then, Madhyama Parapati Dekhai Kaise Bhrata Pita Putra Nija Jaise. Now, the secondary, the Madhyama. According to her, there are Purushas and Stris, but for her, only her husband is the Purusha, the husband, the rest are all other relations. How? Bhrata, Pita, Putra, Nija Jaise. Nija Jaise means according to the age factor. And in according to age factor, if that Purusha is very elderly, she looks upon him as her father. And the Purusha is of similar age, then she looks at him as brother. And the Purusha of a smaller age, she looks at him as her son. Husband is only one. The others are all either father or brother or son. This is the Madhyama Pativrata Stri. When we say Madhyama, we should not consider as something very lower kind of a thing. This is how Shastras declare. The one who considers only man is the husband, rest are all women, she is ultimately good. One notch below is this Madhyama. She has no other thought. She has no other, wrong thoughts, etc. very pure at heart. She considers them as father, brother, or son. She is pure also. Then we have the third variety. Dharma bichari samuji kularahi so nikeshta triyashruti asakahi. The third type of woman. She restrains herself considering dharma. Dharma is what? Virtue. Considerations of virtue. And she also thinks about her kula, her race. And that is declared by the Vedas also. And therefore, she restrains herself. Now, in this case, in the third case, a physical level purity is seen, but there is oscillation. There is some pollution at the mental level. The thoughts arise. The thoughts arise about the other men. In modern language we call it, in the modern college language, youth language, we say crush, isn't it? Similar thoughts probably is what is said. There is a crush, but at the same time, there is no indulgence. She restrains. Like in the other side, men's side also, he feels like whistling. Gurudev very beautifully, Gurudev's dramatic way of expressions are so beautiful. He would actually whistle also occasionally. He feels like whistling. His hands also go up to his lip, but then he restrains. Here, the woman, of course, the woman only is the subject matter. Men is not brought here. She feels that urge of some thoughts, but because of considering the virtue, considering the declaration, the Vedas, the race, and she also fears. Therefore, this is the third type of woman. And we have the fourth type. Bino avasar bhayate rah joi jane hu adham nari jagasoi. Now the fourth type of woman. Here also, in fact all the four, the physical purity is maintained. In all the four, physical purity is maintained. But the emotional purity is at the highest level in the Uttama Pativrata Stri. One notch below, but still pure, is the second variety. The third variety is maybe 50% or 40% pure. And there is this fourth variety who is physically honest in all ways. Physically pure, but the mind is very scattered. Mind runs hither and thither. Mind wants to desperately indulge. But why is she not indulging? The reason is very interesting. Though she is ready to indulge even physically, nobody comes to her. Like for example, somebody wants to take bribes, but nobody gives bribe. So practically speaking, he is pure. He has not taken a bribe. Therefore, he is honest. Practically from the higher standpoint, he has not taken bribe. He is honest. But inside, he is waiting for the opportunity. So here at the purity of the physical level is seen. Physically, she is pure. Why? She has not found a person. This is called adhama, lowest kind. Though she is physically pure, she is mentally completely contaminated. Therefore, such a woman is considered very poor. Adhama, lowest. But you can't say lowest because next comes the other one. The four varieties what are declared here are physically pure but variations at the conviction level. Now this conviction is extremely important. Thousands of years back, Ramayana has been written. But even at that time, such varieties are being written only because it might have existed. And those days, purity level is at the highest actually generally. But at that time itself, if they have to write this, it only indicates the forethought of the writer, forethought of the Santa, that in future, later generations may get into such thought. Therefore, they have given a complete, a beautiful presentation here which categorizes clearly the varied forms of the mind responding to the worldly temptations. Now see, pati banchaka para patirati karai raurava naraka kalpasata parai. Now, the Neecha Stri, according to the Shastra, is now is brought out in very strong way. What is that? Pati banchaka, the one who deceives her husband. And not only loves the other man, other woman's husband or other man, makes no difference. The one who deceives her husband and shows interest in another man, Raurava Naraka Kalpa Sataparai. What a strong statement. Tulsi writes, such a woman is cast for hundreds of cycles into the worst form of hell. Who? This variety who deceives her husband. In the Shastra, Swadharma is very high. How the husband is, what is his behavior, and all are not taken. We will see about it a little further. Whatever, however, whichever way he may be, she has to be sincere. This is law according to Shastra. And such a woman who deceives her husband and goes behind somebody else, Raurava Naraka. Raurava Naraka is irritating, painful, suffering. You can take thesaurus and add all of the words according to that and then put it here. Raurava means it is a particular type of insect. Raura insect is one particular type of insect which stings continuously and with some noise also, let us say. Now, for example, at night when we are sleeping, one mosquito going, generally everybody wonders, Swamiji, why does the mosquito come to the ear only? Why can't it bite someone? Why does it come to the ear and trouble? Because in the ear there is dirt, wax, isn't it? It comes for that wax. And if it does, you get so irritated, especially when you are about to sleep, it comes, talk. Isn't it? You try to hit. But the best part is it is so intelligent in a manner of saying. The moment your hand comes with that vibration, it will go that side and come back again. It will come. So irritating, isn't it? Or let us say there is a bug in the bed. It bites you. And you really don't know. You are in a real, in that particular threshold of falling into sleep, and at that time it bites once. And slowly again one more bite. You get so irritated, isn't it? And this Raurava is such an insect which goes on stinging, and how irritating it will be. Such type of Naraka people will go and fall into such state where it will go on stinging and pain unlimited, suffering unlimited. To that kind of a hell, this woman will go who patibanchaka parapatirati karai. Think how harsh and so directly he says. And the next word is also again very, very strong. Chanasukalagi janama sati koti dukhana samujatehi samako koti. Chanasuka, for that sake of, moment's pleasure. Now, this is a very interesting thing. In Srishti, Bhagavan's Srishti is wonderful. For one petty pleasure for few moments. In fact, here it says 1 moment. For that 1 moment's pleasure, maybe you can add few moments pleasure, but you have to go for hundreds and thousands of years into such Naraka where there is only pain and suffering, torture, tormentation. You can add again all those words from Thesaurus. Is it worth? Think. In the world, honestly, we see a plenty of them. But not the world outside may not know, but internally there are so many such things happening. Is it not? It is for them. These are all a very strong, cautious statements. The one who deprives her husband will go to such Naraka. Binushramanari paramagati lahayi pativrata dharma chadi chalagahayi. And another very beautiful statement here. A woman who is completely convicted to her husband, that conviction is 100% to her husband, and who does not in thought, word and deed think of another person in her life, she attains the highest state for which she need not do any puja. This is a very important point. All the puja, punaskara, etc. are basically meant for men only. Please be very attentive. Don't jump to conclusions and start your own running commentary. It is because of that people don't understand the truth. All puja punaskaras are basically meant for men only because men go out in the world, he transacts with the world outside, he corresponds with so many people, and the mind does get contaminated. For all you know, mind is mind. Yato nischarati manaha chanchalam asthiram. This in men has got lot of opportunities to become more chanchala, more asthira. Now that does not mean women does not get an opportunity or her mind is not chanchala. Men, because he goes out and things like that, his mind is disturbed. Therefore, everyday men should perform puja so that every day he reminds himself of his swadharma. He reminds himself that he has to be disciplined. He reminds himself that there is a wife, there are children. Therefore, he must do puja to cleanse the mind. Whereas, for a woman, pativrata dharma chadi chalagahayi binushrama nari paramagatilahi. Women, even if she is completely devoted, committed, with lot of conviction to her husband, she need not perform any puja, please. Swamiji, do you mean to say it is wrong to perform puja? I won't say it is wrong to perform puja. It is not required. The requirement comes only to those people whose mind becomes unstable. It is only required for the mind which becomes impure. It is only to those people who have not any conviction to their husband. Whereas, a mind that is completely devoted, dedicated to her husband, such a mind need not do puja. Vedas declare, Shastras declare. Think. Pati pratikula janama jahajayi bidhava hoi pai tarunayi. Bhagavani. What a strongest words has been used. The one who is deceiving her husband and having parapurusha, such a person, even though she dies and then goes to the next janma, in that next janma will become a widow at a very young age in the next life. It carries forward. Today we have this very unfortunate, we have this foolish idea of committing suicide. Over. If I commit suicide, it will be over. I have no sorrows. No. You may drop this body. But he says, in your next janma, at a very young age, when the time is there for you to enjoy all the pleasures, you will become a vidhava. What a strong statement. Therefore, that karma phala, this theory of karma is extremely important. Karma will never leave you. Please. And becoming a widow at the very young age means for the rest of the life you have to suffer. Think. And one more point here, along with this, let me be very clear. Please be attentive. When we say at the very young age one woman becomes a widow, it need not be only this reason. May I make it very clear? There are many reasons for which karma phala acts in its own way. There are many actions, wrong actions, improper, inappropriate actions we do. For that, there could be many other reasons for this woman to become a widow. But one among the very strong reasons with which she may become a widow at a very younger age in her next birth is when she deceives her husband and goes with another. Shastras tell. Now, Swamiji, I do not want to have such thoughts, but then the thoughts are coming. Now, please note. Thoughts come only when such base value systems are there in a seed form. Otherwise, it should not come. Somewhere in a seed form that thoughts are there, and such thoughts will definitely give rise. We call that source as vasanas. At another occasion, there are many occasions now. We will explain that. That source has got basic, deposits of such thoughts. And from there comes all these thoughts. Alright. Therefore, one has to check out on their value systems. That is why samskaras are very important. That is why studying Shastra is extremely important. That is why all the stories of the Lord, today grandmothers what? They are away from the children. The father and mother take the children away from the grandparents. Nuclear families we have. But olden days, the parents would take the child and give the child all the samskaras through varieties of stories. Now the morals in those stories slowly gets in and it forms a very strong base in the kid's inner being. That when it is strong, inappropriate thoughts will not come because the base is very strong. Samskaras are very strong. Today in the nuclear family, some ayah will come and take care of the child. She will have her own ways of life, and father is going to work, mother is also going to work, and sometimes children are in the caretaking places. We don't know what samskaras they have. Think. Therefore, all the other sources would have diluted those samskaras. We need to be very careful. Now when the thoughts come, I have been given an intelligence. With that intelligence, I must eradicate such thoughts, engage in good thoughts, satsanga, satkathana, satkirtana, satkarya, sadbhavana, satpurusha. All these are for what? Not to entertain wrong thoughts. Thus, when I entertain good thoughts, I make sure that even when the thoughts come, I push it away. This is not for me. Go somewhere else. Send and then engage. That is why idle mind is a devil's workshop. Don't keep the mind idle. We saw about it a few days before, isn't it? What is that poll? Go on chanting. Take the name of your Ishta Devata. Go on chanting. Don't give room for the thoughts to come is what Shastras very clearly declare. Right? Now, the Sorta. Sahaja apavani nari pati sevata subhagati lahai जसुगावत श्रुतिचारी अजहु तुलसी का हरि प्रिय सुनु सीता तव नाम सुमिरि नारी पतिव्रत करहि तो ही प्राण प्रिय राम कहिउ कथा संसार हित सहज अपावनी नारी. Apavani nari is apavitra nari. Commonly who is, impure. It is said by her very birth. One may wonder, Swamiji, how can it be? By very birth, how can be somebody wrong? All the wrong samskaras of the previous janmas will definitely bring an apavitra stri. Please be very attentive here also. Karma will give you karma phala, whether you like it or not, want it or not, believe it or not, accept it or not, know it or not. Karma will give you karma phala. So what has already been done, you cannot undo, you cannot rewind, you have to go through. What you had done in the previous janma, you don't know anything now. What you had done previously, you may know. Both are possible. But now the karma phala comes. Quietly, Gurudev would very beautifully say, suffer silently. Suffer silently. Let it get cleared. Who are they? Sahaja apavani nari. Right from childhood, the women who has got impure thoughts only. Today, they are very, very much applicable in today's life. 6th standard, 5th standard children have got boyfriends and girlfriends. Is it not? Though we people are not supposed to speak all this, but now that we have come to the discussion, let us discuss, let us think, let us know. At that very young age itself, there is a contaminated mind born out of all the previous, activities. Karma phala. But, Swamiji, is there no recourse to this? Can she never become better? Don't worry, here is a solution. What is the solution? Even though you were wrong before, apavitra nari, sahaja apavitra nari. Even though you were wrong before, even now if your mind is running in different ways, now pati sevata, the one who now takes recourse, probably having read Tulsi Ramayan, now one takes a conviction. Now from now I will be completely at the feet of my Lord, my husband, the one who takes a firm conviction. Dhrida Sankalpa. Pati Sevata, the one who serves the Pati. Uncompromisingly. Forgetting the past. Giving up all those wrong thoughts, vulgar thoughts, passionate thoughts, lusty thoughts. Give up. Strongly. How do I do? Take the name of the Lord. Whenever such thoughts come, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Chant the name of the Lord. And very, very strongly, if that sankalpa is very strong, such thoughts also will fear to come near you. It is possible. Very much possible. Because that Dhrida Sankalpa has been made and I am very convinced, I have that conviction, I am clear in my mind, no further. Then I turn my mind, remember, coming back and taking the right direction. I might have gone into the wrong direction, but take a Dhrida Sankalpa, come back and move into the right direction and be conscious while you are going, not to again detrack. Thus when I set myself in the right path, at that time, Pati Sevata Subhagati Lahai, she will reach that ultimate destination of Bhagavan. What a wonderful statement. How much of confidence it gives, is it not? Everybody who may have gone into the most deep wrong direction have got an opportunity to come back and trek the path in the right direction. Here is beautiful inspiration. Pati Sevata Subhagati Lahai, the one who serves will reach the higher abode. Jasu Gavata Shutichari. This is what is told by all the four Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharva Veda. All of them say, beautifully you have changed your mind, now stick at the feet of your husband, you will reach the Supreme. What more we require? Bharavase, we call in Kannada, confidence. Think. Jasu Gavata Shrutichari. The four Vedas say such a woman who was in the past erratic is also capable of reaching the higher if she changes her way of life and serves her husband uncompromisingly. Very important. Conditions apply. Think. Conditions apply. Uncompromisingly, the one who does, she will reach. Many of the women do Tulsi Puja. Who is Tulsi? Have you ever studied? Grandmother was doing, mother was doing, I was also being drawn to do it while my mother was doing. She also, come, Tulsi Puja. Put Arishana, Kunkuma, Akshata. Now you do Namaskara. Now fold your hands. Go around with Tulsi Puja. Okay. And she continues. And what does she do? Evam parambara prapta. She will tell her child will tell her. It is going on. What is the knowledge behind? Tulsi was the wife of a Rakshasa called Jalandhara. Rakshasa. But Tulsi because of her uncompromised commitment to Jalandhara, who was a Rakshasa, who was giving so much of trouble to everybody, was not able to be killed even by the gods, Devatas. Why? The strength of Tulsi towards Jalandhar. Think. Now, this Jalandhara had to be killed because he is creating chaos in the whole world. Then Mahavishnu, he had no choice. Why? As long as Tulsi is so committed to Jalandhara, Jalandhara's strength is, invincible. He was becoming invincible. Therefore, to break that, Mahavishnu plays a trick. We will not discuss too much about that. Mahavishnu, for a purpose, brings an occasion where Tulsi loses the chastity. Then Jalandhara loses that power and they were able to kill Jalandhar. At the same time, the same Tulsi was blessed by Mahavishnu. The one who prays for you, hey Tulsi, will be blessed. Isn't it? If you know the story. Now that Tulsi, because of her conviction, was able to hold on her husband from being killed. That is the power of Pativrata Nari. Think. Now, Sunu Sita, Anusuya Mataji tells, hey Sita, listen, Tava Nama, when someone takes your Nama, Sumiri, Nari, those women who take your name and remembers you and performs puja. Sumiri Nari, Pativrata Karahi, who remains as a Pativrata Stri, taking your name, worshipping you, Tohi Pranapriya Rama. And to them also, Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji will be very pleased. Kahiyo katha samsarahita. Now look at this last line. Hey Pranapriya, Rama Pranapriya Nari, that is Sita ji. I am telling you this. In the beginning I told. Kahiyo katha, I am telling this story to you, but it is not for you. Why? You are already like that. You are the greatest Pativrata Stri, so it is not for you. Katha samsarahita. It is for the world to know. If a married woman needs to be happy, needs to be joyful, and be blessed by the Shastras, gods, Devatas, and husband, she has to remain completely at the feet of her husband with a complete conviction to her husband alone. Kaya Vangmana. And it is for the sake of the world I had to say this. Alright. Thus concludes Anusuyaji's beautiful statements. Now, Swamiji, another 2-3 minutes I will take. Swamiji, Sita ji being Pativrata Stri is understandable because she is the wife of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji. The question doesn't arise. Whereas, what about my husband? You know who he is? Third-rate wretched person. Foolish guy. Incompetent. So many reasons we have. The same person was at a high pedestal before marriage. Oh, my husband. Or even after marriage for some time. Oh, he is fantastic. He is fantastic. When, as long as that pure love, commitment, conviction, uncompromised dedication at the lotus feet of the husband, as long as it is there, not knowing much about him, then he is great only. Manmatha only, however he may be. But the moment my ego comes up, my quality and texture of thoughts, my love towards him becomes compromised, becomes lower, is, broken. Broken in the sense what? Now my ego stands higher, love becomes one among the many. Such people, they will have to suffer. However he may be, you need to be uncompromisingly at his feet. This is what Shastras say. However he may be a Sombevari, he may be a Rakshasa, Tulsi. And what about Mandodari? Vrinda was the previous birth of Tulsi. Tulsi in her previous birth was Vrinda, and Vrinda had the Rakshasa Jalandhar. My apologies. Now what about Mandodari? Ravana. At the same time, she was absolutely a Pativrata Stri. Think. She was absolutely Pativrata Stri. She had so much good powers. In fact, Ravana's half of the power might have been because of Mandodari. Think. When Ravana told Sita ji in Ashokavana, Mandodari and other wives will be your servant. In today's date, if somebody tells what will happen, check. Husband will be killed first. Isn't it? But Mandodari quietly submitted to herself, or to Ravana. That was the power also. Think. Therefore, Bala Dharma, Shishya Dharma, Yuva Dharma, Pati Dharma, Stri Dharma, Pativrata Stri Dharma, Rashtra Dharma, Praja Dharma, so many dharmas are there. Each one have to find out what is his or her dharma and stick to that dharma. And in this case, all dharmas are all very difficult. You have to convict yourself. Convict means what? You have to have that conviction. All are difficult only. But in this particular case, the Pativrata Stri Dharma is that which will help anybody to come out of their past if they were bad and then take them to the highest state. Shastras declare, and it is possible. The value systems have to be changed. Those people who change their attitude to the good and become committed to their Swadharma, they will reach the higher supreme. And this can happen only in human life. How? Through purification of mind. And this is the greatest upasana. Greatest upasana for married woman is to stay at the feet of the husband. And that upasana will definitely purify the mind. When the mind is purified, good and right thoughts will come. And the good and right thoughts alone transforms into actions. Therefore, even self-knowledge is possible when the mind is pure. Alright, so much of wonderful thinking. That is why in childhood, Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, obey. Acharya Devo Bhava, obey. Just obey. And then as a householder, Athithi Devo Bhava, everybody is Bhagavan only. Treat them well. All these injunctions are given because of what? For us to purify our mind. When the mind is pure, intellect is sharper. When the intellect is sharper, discrimination is better. Discrimination is better, choice is good, choice is right. With the right choice, right contact, right conduct, one will reach the right destination, which is our own true nature. which is otherwise Bhagavan. We will continue tomorrow. Now Sita ji will speak. After Mata Ansuya has spoken, now Sita ji will speak, which we will see tomorrow. Alright. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।